What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So listen, we are um here for a new season of Black Ink Crew Chicago. It is season 7, episode 1. The gang is all here, you guys. So first of all, you know the majority of these episodes are all about catching up. So let's just go person by person and let's catch up on what they have going on. We'll start with Ryan, obviously, the star of the show. So Ryan says that he has spent this time during the pandemic working on himself. We do know that Ryan has some drama that hit the social media. We'll get to that a little bit later on in the episode. But he said that it's just been a time of, he had to close the shop, but now the shop is back open. He's ready to rock and roll. The opening sequence is his birthday party, so everybody is there. Charmaine is there. She said that, the pandemic has given her an opportunity to spend time with family. We know she had a daughter. Her mom had passed away during the last season, and just grieving that. She said that she has gotten a promotion with her radio show, so she has her own show now. I think she does like the afternoon drive, which is actually a pretty good market. She's doing it out of her home. Neek has always, I think, been able to work mobily, so he's home, and the two of them together raising their daughter. But unfortunately, we got bad news about her dad. Her dad has stage 4 cancer. I don't remember what kind. And so she said, that's been really, really hard. And we see her, dealing with that, with her dad going through chemo and just getting treated and, all those good things. Don is doing well. He said he's in the best shape of his life. He said him and Ashley quarantined together, and even though it was rough at times, they definitely figured out a way to try to make it work. They are still together, and they are still working through this thing called life. Don has opened up a gym, and he said that he definitely understands now what Ryan went through running a business, like, and the pride, but also the pressure, right? Definitely. Four about to be a daddy. Four has okay, so Nina is okay. So let me rewind. Woo woo. Four had moved to Texas during the pandemic, but he met a woman named Nina who does music. Met her over to the Instagram. He said that they became friends. They became business because he liked her music, and it became more. And now she pregnant, and she pregnant, like she pregnant, okay? So he's just waiting for the baby to get here, okay? Kitty cat is back. Is it cat? Kitty, cat. Anyway, she back. She said that she had went back to DC during the pandemic, and she was working on her beauty brand. Looked like she has some brushes and stuff like that. Kitty cat. Let me know, girl. I order some of your brushes. I hope as the season goes on, we get they showed us the name, but it was all, the font was all cursive and stuff. I couldn't read the name of the company. And you know how these shows go. They come up with these great products, but you can't never find them. Robin Dixon. And so, I feel like, Kit says she's coming back because she's going to be brand ambassador. And Charmaine said that, she would have some good input with the shop Second City. Charmaine said she hadn't been focused on Second City at all because she just been consumed with her family and doing her own thing during the pandemic, but she's going to rebrand, relaunch, and open the shop back up. We see Kit show up down to Second City, and child, is that everybody? I caught up on everybody? Okay, yeah. And child, ain't nobody there. They got one artist, your boy, I think it was Tay. Which one is it? Anyway, he was the only one there, but he did have a client, so he was at least working. So the shop is open, and she has at least one artist. And we find out that they did do a mural to Fly, who had passed away during the pandemic. I believe he was shot and killed. I think there was some question at one point about that, but I believe he was shot and killed, if I remember correctly. But they get down to the shop, and, like I said, the shop is empty, but Charmaine shows up, so they can kind of do a walkthrough, kind of see what's going on. I mean, I'm impressed that the shop is still open. Like, if you hadn't had it open and you hadn't had no clients, like, girl, you was paying rent on a property that you weren't doing nothing with for a whole 12 months. But anyway, Um, but they're walking through it and figuring out what they're going to do. Now, while this is going on, we over with Ryan's shop. And again, the shop is booming. He got artists all over the place, right? The shop is booming. And he said that, you know, he wants to get more female artists in. And definitely want to, you know, find some dope female artists to bring into the shop. So we got that going on. The good thing is, Ryan and Charmaine seem to be in a really good place. They're not fighting anymore. We know that they done had their ups and downs, and that don't mean they won't bump heads again. But I think when Charmaine's mom died and Ryan being there like in real life, like legit, not just for show, not just for cameras, I think, you know, sometimes certain tragedies surpass everything sometimes. And I really feel like that's what it is. So next we see all of a sudden, you know, things were doing well. And then we have the situation with Ryan and his best friend and that whole thing. And Ryan, you know, they were asking Ryan about it, and Ryan was like, yeah, like, look, let me be clear. I was wrong. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was wrong. You know, he explained what happened. You know, he said he was just going through what he was going through, looking for some, you know, looking for some love and affection, I guess. And she was doing what she was doing. Listen, it happened. The details don't even matter at this point. Ryan, you slept with your best friend's girl. And he said that the guy found out about it because he looked through the phone and saw the text messages and immediately ran to Rachel. And this is where Ryan has an issue. He immediately ran to Rachel. And of course, he said that affected not only his relationship with Rachel, but his relationship with his kids, because he was like, he said Rachel was like, I mean, are you a psychopath or something? Like, who does that? Who sleeps with their best friend's girl? Like, why would you do something like that? Like, this man, you know, like all the things that we found out on social media. The man had cancer, yada, yada, yada. Now, here's where I have a problem. And I'm on the outside looking in. This is all just my opinion. Rachel, be mad at Ryan all you want. Hate him, cuss him out, call him everything but a child of God, whatever. But don't keep him from his kids. Like, what he did was definitely a bad decision. It definitely was a very hurtful decision. But at the end of the day, he ain't kill nobody. Like, his moral compass is definitely in question. But to keep him from his kids, I just think that's wrong. I feel like I got a problem when people do that, when they use the kids as a pawn. But again, I'm on the outside looking in, whatever. So we get to Four's baby shower. Four and Nina show up. The baby shower looks really nice. Nina looks absolutely beautiful. But we're kind of picking up on some vibes that Nina and Four may be together, maybe not. And later on in the episode, we see Dawn have a conversation with Four. And basically, Four was like, listen, things with us really ain't all that great. And I would much rather us not be together and be able to co-parent and raise this child than to be together, be miserable. You know, like, I don't want to force a relationship. If the relationship ain't working, I don't want to force it to work. So it seems like Four and Nina aren't in the best place right now as far as the baby is concerned. I mean, as far as their relationship is concerned, but Four seems to 100% be on board with being a father and doing what he needs to do to be a father, right? Then we have a situation where all of a sudden Dawn is rushed to the hospital. Dawn is in the hospital, and of course, because of COVID, they can't really film in the hospital, but we see Ryan and Ford talking about it and saying, listen, basically, they thought that, you know, of course, obviously, under these circumstances, the first thing people are going to think is COVID. Then they thought that maybe he had a heart attack. But what he said was that he had a virus and it attacked his body. And I actually had the same thing happen to me. My side effects were different from Dawn's, but that actually happened to me about 6 years ago. My body did the exact same thing. My body attacked itself. And I actually had temporary paralysis, and I had to learn how to walk all over again. I was in a wheelchair. And so I understand that it can literally come out of nowhere. There's no rhyme or reason. It doesn't mean you did anything good, bad, or indifferent. It just means that something in your body sent a signal that it was being attacked, and it started attacking itself, and it ended up attacking helpful. In my case, it ended up attacking healthy nerves, which gave me nerve damage. Now, I'm not sure all of what went on with Don, but it's when he said that his body attacked itself, I was like, wow, like I get it. Then we see Ryan, but he's better. You know, by the end of the episode, we saw him coming home from the hospital, and we saw Ashley, you know, telling him, you need to take it easy, you need to slow down, you need to chill out, you know, follow what the doctors are telling you, you know. But I definitely think it scared the hell out of him. I mean, you gotta be scared when something. I mean, I've been through it. I know. Then we saw Rachel and not Rachel. Oh Jesus, we didn't see Rachel. We saw Ryan and Charmaine have a conversation, and again they were talking about Don. They talked about what was going on with her dad. They talked about what was going on with Ryan and his best friend. You know, they just kind of were just talking. And again, you see them just rebuilding their friendship. And you see Ryan explaining to Charmaine a little bit more detail about what happened with the text messages and what he saw and how he's going to handle it. We see that Ryan has been talking to a counselor. And Ryan was like, listen, he reached out to me. He wanted to have a conversation, but I really wasn't ready to talk to him because I was angry. And in my mind, I'm like, sir, you don't get to be mad. Like, he's the one that was wronged in this situation. You don't get to be mad. And I understand what Ryan is saying. Ryan is like, I get it that I screwed up, but he did the one thing that he knew was going to hurt me the most. He went to Rachel. You didn't go to nobody else. You didn't call nobody else. You didn't reach out to nobody else. The first place you went was you hightailed it to Rachel because you knew that that's the one thing that was going to hurt me the most is going to Rachel. Yeah, Ryan. Like, I understand where your mindset is, but I feel like you don't get to be mad. Like, you don't get to be mad. But anyway, he agreed to talk to the guy. I keep saying the guy, I can't remember his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, his best friend, or former best friend, child. So they meet up, and dude got an attitude, of course, and Ryan got an attitude, and he's trying to understand from Ryan and get an explanation from Ryan, but he's in that, first of all, I think part of it was anger, and I think part of it was planned it up for the camera. Like, I feel like he was doing a lot, because he knew he was being filmed. He knew it was for the show. And I feel like he was being real extra. But I also think a lot of it was anger. Like, I'm not saying that it wasn't genuine. But it was like he kept over talking Ryan. So I feel like we're going to get part 2 of the conversation next week. But we really didn't get a whole lot. And it was right at the end of the episode. We really didn't get a whole lot. And like Ryan's thing was, listen, I ain't even trying to be your friend no more. Like, this ain't about me being your friend. Like, I don't care about being your friend. You know? And dude was like, and I feel like that hurt dude. Because I think a part of him felt like maybe there's a road back. But Ryan's thing is there really is no road back. And I'm going to tell you why there's no road back. Because you went to Rachel and that affected my relationship with my kids. And his relationship with Rachel. I don't know, y'all. I'm torn on it. Like I said, I know why Ryan is pissed off. But again, I just don't feel like he get to be mad. I don't feel like he get to be mad. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. What y'all feel? How y'all feel about it? I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.